In this video today, I want to share some tips, some tricks, some things which have really helped me with the topic of prioritizing yourself. There's been so many times in my life where I've put everybody else first and I'm left with scraps. I've put everybody's needs ahead of my own, and I've prioritized how other people feel or how other people are potentially going to perceive me, and I value their opinions more than my own. And I found that when I've done that, that's when my self-worth and self-esteem is at its lowest. And I found recently, by putting myself first, by prioritizing myself and living my own life, like having my own goals and dreams at the forefront and prioritizing that and trying to live every single day as much as I can, prioritizing my life, I've just found that's where everything just seems to be clicking together. That's where I've really noticed that I'm just being more authentic. I feel like myself for like really the first time in my life. My self-worth is the biggest it's ever been, and that self-esteem, and it's not to say like I'm perfect and I've reached this destination, because it's just a journey. It's not like, you've won this tournament and that's it. With prioritizing yourself, I consider it like a game. And I think the game of prioritizing yourself, putting your life first, it's a constant battle, and you're going to constantly come up with challenges, and it's an infinite game. It's just the thing you have to do for the rest of your life. And I've been working with a client, and their goal for the whole 12 weeks we've been working together is to consistently prioritize themselves. Because when they don't, they minimize themselves and they put other people ahead of them, above them on this pedestal, and it makes them feel crap, to be honest. And I've been there too. And we basically came up with this analogy, and he sort of created it as his mission. And his mission is essentially along the lines of to create and nurture and develop and protect his garden. He uses the metaphor of him being a gardener, and his garden is his life. And every single human being has their own garden. And everybody's garden looks unique. There's different sizes of the gardens, there's different layouts, there's different trees, and there's different flowers, and there's different grass and maybe some vegetables and fruits, like a veggie patch or something. And everyone's looks different. But if you're basically gardening someone else's garden, which could be other people in your life, your flowers, your trees, your grass, your everything in that garden represents your life and what you want it to look like, whatever that may be for you, whatever that vision is in your head. And when you put other people ahead of you, that's like you just leaving your garden alone and just going next door and focusing on other people's gardens. Now, when I say this video, I'm not saying to only prioritize yourself, because that's not what life's all about. Life's not all about being independent. It's also being interdependent, and being independent and focusing on yourself, but also, working with each other and helping each other. And, when you collaborate, 1 + 1 = like 10. Sometimes you're going to need to go over and help out your fellow neighbors and help them with their gardening. And sometimes they're going to help you with yours. But at the end of the day, your life is your garden. And you are going to spend your whole life in your garden. And if you're not tending to your own garden and consistently nurturing that garden and, mowing the lawn, planting flowers, giving them all the, I don't know what you call it, this, not the seasonings, but like the you know, the vitamins, the minerals, all that extra stuff you get to help them really grow and flourish. And if you're making sure that they're getting enough sunlight and water and stuff, if you're not doing those things, those flowers, the vegetables, the vegetation you've got, it's just going to wither away and die. And so with prioritizing yourself, whatever that looks like for you, the actions of making the garden look beautiful. So, you know, a beautiful garden is a beautiful life, whatever that looks like for you. And there are actions you've got to do to make sure that garden is fruitful and looks great, so you feel great. And, you know, every day it's tending to the soil and doing all the things I said. And whatever that looks like for you, I don't really know, but what I found is also when you don't tend to your own garden, if you're not planting flowers, weeds grow. So if you're not tending to your garden and you're planting flowers around your garden, the weeds is kind of like the mental health issues, all the challenges popping up. You're getting setbacks and failures, or, you know, your self-esteem's low. Because you're not intentionally living your life, what will happen is other people are going to start putting things into your life, which is the weeds. So if you're not prioritizing your life, if you're not tending to your own garden, you're going to see the weeds pop up, and you're going to see the flowers and all those things you want your life to look like, they're just going to wither away and die. You know, I'm sure you've probably walked around the street somewhere and there's someone's garden, their front garden, and it's like, what the fuck? Does someone even live there? You know, the grass is like this high and not a single flower in sight and weeds everywhere. And I mean, that's a metaphor, but also that person's probably not doing much at all. They're probably not prioritizing themselves or their garden. But, you know, that metaphor is kind of like when you're just not focusing on yourself and you're just going through life, not intentionally living. And so what really might help you, if this resonates, if you feel like you're putting other people first and you're not putting yourself first, some things have just come to my mind, which I'd love to share. So it's obviously living every day as intentionally as you can. So one thing you could do is just get like a pen and paper, just get some notes and just write a to-do list and just have it in front of you, front of mind. And just think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little things you can do every single day, which is focused around you. Little steps you can take where if you just do those steps every day, it's going to help you get closer and closer towards your goals, your dreams, whatever that vision is for your life. Just every single day, you're just ticking off these little actions, whatever they look like for you. That's what I do. It really helps me. It keeps me focused. Another thing is actually making sure you've got an agenda for your days, for your week. Because I found when I don't have an agenda, when I have gaps in my calendar, and people are like, oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And they're putting their needs above me, whether it's intentional or not, it's way more easier for me to say, yeah, sure. And sometimes I won't even want to do that, like deep down, but I just feel like obligated to. But I found when I'm busy, when I've actually got my agenda, I've got chunks of time allocated, and I know in that time I'm going to do this, this, this. I've got an agenda. It's so much more easier to say to people, no, I'm busy. I'm working on my goals and dreams. And I don't apologize. I'm just working on me. Hope you understand. Maybe another time, and maybe try and book it in when I am free. But if you're not filling up your days with high priority things, but also if you don't have an agenda, if you're not blocking out your time and planning your days, your weeks, your months, your years, and putting that in your calendar, that's when other people are going to start trying to fill up your time with their stuff. If you don't fill up your calendar, if you don't plant flowers throughout your day, weeds are going to come up. And another great tip is there's a book, it's called The Coaching Habit, and there's one question I love from there. And basically it's creating like an opportunity cost. It's basically, the question is, and you could ask yourself this, is if I'm saying yes to this, what am I saying no to? Everything in life comes with a cost. So, if you eat, nice, tasty McDonald's, it feels good in the moment and you're saying yes to that, but what you're saying no to is, you're probably saying no to feeling good the next day, and you're saying no to that six-pack if you keep doing that, because you're just going to be gaining weight. It's a lot of calories and all that kind of jazz. And if you're saying yes to other people's goals and dreams and needs, that typically means you're saying no to yourself. Unless you can see by helping this person out, you're getting what you want. But very typically, if you're not intentionally thinking about that, and you're just saying yes to everything what comes on your plate, typically that comes at a cost to your goals and your dreams as well. Last tip is also just taking some time to actually think about what it is you want in life. What does an amazing life look like for you? And don't just think about, what you think it should be. Don't compare yourself to other people, and don't let other people influence you. There's so many people online who's telling you should do this, should do this, should do this, me included. But it's your life at the end of the day. You are with you for your whole life. And so what would you love to do with it? Who would you love to be? And what would you love to do with your life? What would you love to do with your time every single day? And what are the things you would really love to have? And just take some time to actually think about that. And dream a little. Give yourself permission to dream. And when you just create this sort of idea, this sketch of your life, and that's important and you really love to do it, you now have a much more bigger why. And I just did a video recently on a book, and my golden nugget from the book is this quote. It's when the why is big enough, the hows take care of themselves. And so when you have a dream, a vision of your life, and you've taken time to put some effort and some thought into what an amazing life would look like for you, you're strengthening that why, that internal vision and mission and the purpose for doing whatever you want to do, the purpose of why you block out your days. And every single thing what goes on there is helping you get to this end goal which you've defined. And so when everyone comes up and they're trying to get you to do their stuff and trying to put their needs above yours, when you know the end goal, you've got this vision in your mind, and then you've got all this daily tasks and your week's all planned out and blocked out. All of this stuff, the agenda and the little things throughout the day, it's serving a purpose. You know why you're doing these things. It's not like, I'm just doing it to prioritize myself, but you have a reason to prioritize yourself. It's because this is what I want for my life. This is who I want to be. I'm sick of living life this way, and I deserve more. And the truth is, you do deserve more. The truth is, whatever you're getting in life right now, you deserve it. Whether it's good or bad, whether you're happy about it or not, you deserve it. Because for you to be here watching this video right now, if you've gotten this far, you've gotten here because every single decision you've ever made in your life has got you here. You are a summation of every single decision you've made. And so whatever you've got in life, you deserve it. But also, if you really acknowledge that and accept that and understand that's the truth, if you change your decisions and you change the actions, you're probably going to get a change in results. And if those results are more in line with that vision you have for your life, well, you deserve that too, because you're doing things to create that. And that's it. But I think a key for life is, there's all these sayings, but you can't pour from an empty cup. If you want to help other people, it doesn't mean putting them above you, because if you've got nothing in your life worth giving, you've got not much to give those people, and you can't really add much value to them if you've got no value to give. So fill up your own cup first. And when your cup's overflowing, then you've got so much more to give to other people. You know, when a plane's crashing down, or when you're doing a flight somewhere to another country, they say in the briefing, put your own oxygen mask on first before assisting others. Stop trying to put everyone else first and put the oxygen masks on them. Focus on you first. And I know this is easier said than done. This is a real challenge, but there's a quote, there's a saying from one of my mentors. His name's Dr. John DeMartini, and he came up with a funny law called the law of lesser pisses. Basically says, if you have the choice between pissing someone else off or yourself off, he says choose them every single time, because you are with you for your entire life. So that's it. I hope this video was useful, and I hope it just gives you that inspiration to, and that permission to just put yourself first for once in your life, if you're not already doing so. And if maybe you did and you've fallen off track and you realize that's what you're not doing, I hope this helped you get back on track and gets you back with putting yourself first. So that's it. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps me out. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button somewhere below. This just makes sure that when new videos come out, you get notified and you're not going to miss out on any new content I make. And whatever you found most useful in this video, whatever insights you gained, or whatever you found most valuable, I would really love to hear it. So please put your insights, put whatever you found most useful in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.